Rich Tarani with TMC here. Thanks for watching. We're at ITEXPO 2014 in Las Vegas. Part of this event has something called Case Study University. Basically, really amazing case studies from real-world companies. And one of the speakers from that part of this event is Larry Fretz. He's the CIO of the Palms Casino Resort. We're thrilled to have him.
Thank you.
And we normally, like we talked about off camera, we normally have a lot of vendors that tell us what we think, or what they think we should think about what's happening.
Yes.
And now we have someone who's a CIO of a large organization, and we have a great opportunity to talk a little bit about some of the hot topics of the day. For example, everything as a service, cloud.
Yes.
I was hoping to get some perspective on that.
Well, I think everything as a service is used quite a bit, and it's really evolving over the last probably 4 or 5 years. I think as the upgrade cycle comes forward with a lot of organizations, especially in this industry, looking to do technology refresh, I think they have to look at something as a service now. And the approach that I tend to take is what is not a core competency? What is not part of the, in our case being a casino resort, what is not part of the customer experience? And can look at those and seriously look at that as an opportunity to move that to the cloud or as a service or as a managed service. And I think at the end of the day, there's a lot of costs that are associated with a lot of processes that go on in a business, and unless they're directly impacting the guest experience, honestly, what's the value in providing those with in-house resources? And that's really the approach, and I think that's where you're going to see a lot of organizations over the next couple of years as part of a major refresh cycle. I think you'll see them seriously looking at that, at the cloud and as a service models.
Do security issues come up with your organization in terms of using the cloud?
Well, absolutely. I mean, gaming, casinos, highly regulated. We have PCI, we have SOX, we also have, in this case of Nevada, we have Nevada gaming control regulations that we have to abide by. And at the end of the day, we have a lot of customers. So protecting that information, of course, is paramount, and security and compliancy is pretty much the #1 decision to move anything to the cloud or as a service. But at the end of the day, it's also, you have to look beyond that. Because if you're partnering with the right vendor and the right solution, then security is part of that suite, and they should be able to do that. Otherwise, it's not a right fit.
Makes sense. Yeah. Makes good sense. So what are you seeing in the unified communication space?
So unified communications has again, it's one of those technologies that I was pitched on a previous property opening in my past life about 5 or so years ago. And the challenge at the time was scale. At the time, it was a 3,000 room hotel, brand new, and when you look at hospitality, this was a company that was doing a pitch saying, hey, move your UC solution to the cloud instead of on-prem, and they didn't understand scale, and they didn't understand the hospitality business. And so in the last 5 years, that's dramatically changed. And I think, I just recently, actually in the last year and a half, deployed a UC solution on property, largely because of the interfaces, the integration that was needed with our industry-specific systems. If there was a cloud provider that could do that and build those integrations, then I think in the hospitality and gaming industry, UC as a service essentially is the next logical choice, again, as part of a larger refresh cycle.
Very exciting. So. Yes. As a CIO, what are some of the things that keep you up at night, if anything?
Certainly security and availability. Those are the two biggest items. One of the things I like about the hospitality industry is the fact that you can directly see the guest experience with technology. So if there's some latency in a transactional system, you're going to see guests lining up, perhaps complaining and having guest experience issues. And the ability of IT to really meet that and exceed that is very refreshing. but it comes at a cost of IT having to be on 100% of the time. It's gaming and hospitality is a 24/7, 365 industry, and availability and security has to always be there and has to always be working. And that's really what keeps me up at night.
So I don't know if you've seen any of the movies, the Ocean's 11, 12, 13 movies. So I
Yes.
assume you've seen some. Any of that stuff real life, like real life challenges, or is that all made up
Yeah,
stuff?
a lot of it's all made up. Although, again, whether it be physical security or just logical technology security, it is paramount. And as you'll see even here, there's always eyes in the skies. So,
Thank you so much for being on the program. This is
thank you
great.
very much. I enjoyed it. Thank you.